This is the Hexatrek, a 3,034 kilometer long distance path through France. I've now completed stage 1 and I've made it to the town of Nyon, next to Lake Geneva. Overall, stage 1 was incredible. There was so much nature to see, and most days the weather was great. It was very easy to find places to wild camp, and most nights I just put my tent up next to the trail. Most days I was just filtering water wherever I could find it, and there was so much wildlife to see along this trail. But the highlight, apart from all the incredible views, was the view that I got at the end of stage 1, when I saw the highest mountain in the Alps off in the distance, the mighty Mont Blanc. And after 670 kilometers and 25 days of hiking, I arrived in Nyon at the end of stage 1. But there were still 5 stages to go and a very long way to go to the end of the Hexatrek. I spent the night in Nyon in a comfortable hostel, and I got up early the next day to get the first ferry across Lake Geneva and to the start of stage 2 of the Hexatrek.
I'm off on stage 2 of the Hexatrek now, and I got off the ferry over Lake Geneva in a little place called Yvor, which is like a little medieval town. It looks amazing. Loads of medieval architecture everywhere, which was nice. And stage 2 is 380 kilometers through the Northern Alps with 22,000 meters of elevation. And to put that in perspective, stage 1 was 670 kilometers with 20,000 meters of elevation. So stage 2 is just over half the distance with a lot more elevation than stage 1. So I'm up for the elevation, and hopefully my knee is up for the elevation as well. So fingers crossed it's okay. And I've bought a new top. I've got like a really thin, like hiking long sleeve top now, but it's got like a sun protection hood on, which I haven't tried yet. And it seems okay just to protect the neck, and it's quite baggy, so we'll see how we get on with this. And overall I really enjoyed stage 1. Stage 1 was awesome. It was a great introduction to the trail, and I had a couple of days that I was quite low, to be honest. I had a couple of days where my knee was hurting and that's all I could think about, but I was still trying to stay positive and enjoy the scenery as I always do when I hike. And with such a big hike like this, a big through hike, you're just going to get low moments. It's just what happens, and I'm quite low on these moments, but I do enjoy the process of the challenge of getting through a low moment, coming through it, and then having a high moment again, because you're never too far away from a high moment. Get a shop, get some nice food, find a restaurant, get some nice food. Basically, when you find nice food, you have a high moment. And that's what I love about through hiking, just the challenge of it, just the mental aspect of it, and getting through these low moments and inevitably finding a high moment again, which was awesome. And I can't complain. I'm in beautiful places, beautiful location. The sun's shining, I've got beautiful views of the Lake Geneva. I'm about to cross into the Alps. I can't complain, it's amazing. I'm having a lot of fun on this trail, and I'm having a lot of fun sharing what I can with you guys as well. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the nice comments so far on my videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying following along.
I very quickly fell in love with my new hiking hoodie. It was doing a great job of protecting me from the sun. The trail then took me along Lake Geneva, which looked beautiful in the sunshine. I was enjoying this section a lot, mainly because it was flat and it was nice to do some flat hiking after the amount of elevation I had in stage 1. And it was also nice to be hiking along the beautiful Lake Geneva. The miles ticked along pretty fast because of the flat terrain, and because of the size of Lake Geneva, it looked more like the sea than a lake. It was beautiful. The trail then went away from Lake Geneva and there was now some road walking to be done. I then arrived in the town for a resupply and found a nice cheap supermarket.
That's the bag loaded up with 2 days of food now, and it's always a little bit heavy. And got myself a little snack of 500 millilitres of pistachio ice cream with little orange bits in. So just a little snack whilst I'm hiking. I'm currently going through this really urban area. It's a nice town, but it's very busy. And then I go through this town and then I enter the foothills of the Alps, of the Northern Alps. And I can start to see the elevation ahead of me. That ice cream did not last long, very nice. And the reason I ate it whilst I was hiking and didn't find a nice shady spot to eat it is because I'm not sure where I'm camping tonight, because the next, well, shock horror, same as every night, but for the next 22 kilometers, there's a big red zone that says camping forbidden. And I'm already on 15.5 miles today. There's no way I can do another 12 miles. It's far too hot and only 4 o'clock, so I don't think that's going to happen. And there's a lot of elevation coming up as I get into the foothills of the Northern Alps. So I'm going to see if I can do a big chunk of mileage and hopefully get to a place where I can sneak the tent somewhere.
So it looked like today was turning into a big mileage day, and I love looking out for these Hexatrek signs. There's not many of them on the trail at the moment, but I was seeing them every other day, and I always love looking out for them. The trail then started going up in elevation with some lovely views of Lake Geneva, and it wasn't too long before I started seeing big mountains in the distance. I now had a really good view of the mountains that the Hexatrek was sending me towards, and I didn't realise at the time, but the Hexatrek goes directly between these two peaks. I then found a much needed water supply, and this water supply was on the Hexatrek app, which I'm pretty much relying on to find all my water. And I'm not sure where this supply was coming from, so I filtered it just to be on the safe side. And because my backpack was off my back, then I decided just to sit here for about half an hour and eat loads of food in this lovely little car park outside of town hall. I then set off towards the mountains to find somewhere to camp for the evening.
It's a big day, 24.5 miles. And I think that's just because half of the day I was going along Lake Geneva, so it was like really flat. I don't think I'll be doing many big days like that going forward for the next couple of weeks. So the Hexatrek is just here, sort of running through. And I think I'm just going to put my tent here. It seems pretty flat. And what I always do when I put my tent up is get rid of all the sticks, all the pine cones, and I always check for ants' nests. So try not to put my tent on an ant's nest, because in the morning my bag will be covered in ants. So it's quite a few times I find a really nice campsite and there's an ant's nest like really close by. So I'll have a little scout about, see if there's any ants. I'm going to put my tent right there. Just like that, the tent is up and there's no ants and it's nice and flat, which is great. And it's a shame actually, because just beyond these trees there's 2,000-meter mountains. I can't see them because of the trees. Today is day 26, so I'm going to vlog day 28 as well, so very soon. And by then I should be well up into the mountains and should be getting some really nice views, and yeah, I can't wait, and I want to share that with you guys. And hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon up in the Alps for some amazing views. I can't wait, it's going to be awesome.